Hello, everybody. Welcome to Behind the Bolt with Nick Hardwick. I'm Jordan B. Nick, still in his poncho from a rainy afternoon on Sunday. Did you ever dry off?
I did. My phone didn't, though.
Your phone is done, right?
I'm bitter about that.
There's one of the many casualties of the game against the Chiefs on Sunday where it was raining buckets, but it wasn't raining points for the Chargers as they lose 10-3. And Nick, in a sort of Groundhog's Day situation, the Chargers lose to the Chiefs almost exactly like they lost to the Broncos the week before.
This just continues to happen over and over and over again. It's the story of the Chargers season. It's close, but not enough. And unless you're in horseshoes or hand grenades,
that's about the only way that counts.
This isn't effective.
And there's no Bill Murray to save us either
No.
and end this whole thing. But let's talk about this game. Let's talk about, first of all, the Chargers' inability to run the ball. They only got 44 yards on 18 carries. It's a 2.4 yard per carry average. And still, once again, just this offense can't get the running attack going.
Oh, and there was a concerted effort to make that happen. It's a tough front. The Kansas City Chiefs defensive front seven is as stout as they come in the National Football League. But you got to do better than 44 yards. There's teams who get 44 yards against good defensive fronts on one run.
Right.
You got to somehow open this thing up, give Melvin Gordon, Danny Woodhead some running lanes. Get it going.
It's really been the story
Somehow,
of the season.
some way.
Yeah, it's been an inability to run the ball has been sort of the story of the season for the Chargers. They have the second shortest, longest run of the year. If you look at the longest runs by every team, the Chargers have the second shortest. They haven't had a run of over 40 yards yet.
Do that again. The second shortest,
longest run. You got it?
Gotcha.
1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4. There we
Boom.
go. But it also doesn't help when you have the Kansas City Chiefs defense trying to slow you down. And the rain as well, you think, would mean let's put the ball on the ground. Let's try to pound this thing out. They tried early, but it just didn't work.
They were going nowhere. And it really, late in the game, reared its head. When you're down on the half-foot line and you're not going to run the football, you're in the shotgun, that's where you would like to see some effective run game. Punch that dog in there, tie it up, take it to overtime, maybe go for 2 points. Who knows? Yeah. You got to be able to run the football.
And Phillip was unable to get the ball in the end zone. They're unable to get the ball in the end zone all afternoon for the second consecutive week. He doesn't get a touchdown pass. That's only happened twice in his career. The last time was 2007, and things were a little different in 2007, right?
We hit a rough patch in 2007, but we did go to the AFC Championship game, so it was forgivable.
11-5 the finish there. The Chargers currently sitting at 3-10, so a little bit different feeling. Let's talk about the defense, though, and it was a game where the Chargers gave up a lot of rushing yards, once again 150, 6 yards per carry average for the Chiefs, but they only gave up 10 points once again.
It was a bend, don't break philosophy. The Chiefs had the opportunity to slow play their offense and really establish the run. They did a nice job up front as an offensive line, mashing the Chargers' defensive line back into the middle linebackers. They used some creative play designs to capture the edge a couple times. They were good with the run, but the Chargers were good when it was a critical time in the red zones, and they didn't break. 10 points. You can't argue with that.
Yeah, 10 points, 2 turnovers, one of them on special teams, but they did get a pick. They ended Alex Smith's second longest NFL
JV with the finger in the air.
With the finger in the air, quickly becoming a trademark for him.
It's patented.
Yeah, I think he did send it into the copyright office to get that thing patented.
The one breakdown was really in the 2-minute situation at the end of the half there. 7 points on a slant route to Albert Wilson. Alex Smith saw an all-out blitz from the Chargers, quickly diagnosed that. Stevie Williams should have set up inside alignment to take that route away. Unfortunately, he didn't, and he had no help from the safeties behind him because they're blitzing. 7 points.
7 points, then the Chargers go and throw an interception, and then off that interception, the Chiefs get a field goal. That's pretty much the game as they end up winning 10-3. The crucial point in the game offensively, let's go back to the other side of the ball quickly. Malcolm Floyd, wide open, maybe a moment where the Chargers can pull ahead, get into the end zone, a drop. He dropped one pass all of last year, had struggles in the rain on Sunday, and for me, I was immediately brought back to 2012. In Cleveland, Robert Meacham drops what would have been a short touchdown pass to win the Chargers the game, but a different feeling.
Oh, completely different. With Robert Meacham, you wanted to choke him. With Malcolm Floyd, you want to give him a hug and hope that he's okay. He's playing through a very tough injury right now. He's not at the top of his game, but he's out there giving it up in his last season. So big applaud to Malcolm. You got to make the catch, though.
Well, Malcolm is out there hurt, as you mentioned. He's a banged-up guy. But when you look at who the Chargers are trying to throw the ball to, they are down to numbers like 7, 8, 9 on the receiver depth chart list. It kind of a little bit more understandable why they weren't able to get into the end zone.
Vinny Brown's out of the National Football League for the whole of this season. We call him up. He almost scores the game-tying touchdown.
Yeah, it's about this far away.
That's what you're looking at. When I looked out before the game, I thought, is this the 4th preseason game the Chargers are getting ready to play with their wide receiver core? The guys fought their tails off but fell short.
Well, Nick, it was another tough loss for the Chargers. They're 10th in this tough 2015 season. Of their 13 games, 5 have come down to the last play. Only 1 has gone the Chargers' way. Really the story of the season so far. But I think we would have known what was going to happen on Sunday based upon what happened Friday night, Nick. We were out downtown, Kansas City, Power and Light District, Sam Davis, Ricky Henney. Everybody was out having a good time, and some sort of dark foreshadowing occurred at the bull riding bar in downtown Kansas City as Ricky Henney had some trouble staying on the bull.